Hi, this is Channing Humphrey with Semi-Pro Live, and I've got a special guest, man. We've got Austin Christian. Now, the crazy thing is when I first met this kid, I did not know he was way hotter than me on the internet. I thought I was hot. I came here sashaying, looking good, thinking that I was big dog, but Austin has smashed and destroyed most of my dreams, but hopefully by having him on my little small program, my little tiny platform, he can help blow big dog up. You know what I'm saying? He looks out for the little people. But anyway, man, you've had quite the busy year, man. If you're like, where's Waldo? Where's he gonna show up next, man? I saw you out with Dak last week. I think you've been out to Alabama. Did you go to Clemson?
No, I didn't get it.
Not Clemson, but just tell us a little bit of your journey.
We've been to a lot of college camps and a lot of visits, and just a lot of competitive things like 7-on-7s and like the Manning camp where you have to compete with a bunch of other kids your age, and it's just been such a cool experience being able to learn from all these different opinions and get all of them together and just create something really good.
Man, I'm glad that you're a sponge and you're open to learning things like that, because a lot of times a kid who is advanced as you are, it kind of stunts their humility. You've been that dude for a little bit now, so I can understand if you want to, carry yourself a certain way. But outside of that, man, you're a younger quarterback. A lot of times, quarterbacks don't get to your level of being a passer until a little bit later on down their career. What were some of the techniques? What were some of the things and tips or tricks of the trade that you guys use to get you to the position that you're at right now?
My quarterback coach, Ken Mastro, he's really helped me. He's a great quarterback coach, and most of it's just mental. And you got to think of if I'm going to make a bad pass, you got to get right back and just forget what you just did. And just always look ahead and forget about what you did.
Man, it's funny that you say that. When I was in high school and I had to steal this technique from an older kid, I had just made varsity. I was a freshman, and we had this defensive lineman. He had been all district for all 3 years he was on the team. And every time before practice, I was lazy because, I had talent, so I'd just come out and smack somebody, and I wasn't worried about technique. But he was a smaller defensive lineman, so he had to have all those things to be able to function in a 5A world. So every game day, he would come out before practice, and he would literally go through every single play in the playbook. He would go through his footwork and hand placement on every play. If it's a run play, and I'm like, why are you doing it? You wasted so much time. It's like, no, it's muscle memory. I do it now so that when it's in the game and fire's breaking out or people are falling down around me, I don't have to think about it. I just do it. So tell us, man, so who educated you on muscle memory, and what are some of the tactics that you guys use to build that into your game?
QBIQ and Christensen. He has a thing called RDR, read it, draw it, run it, and that just kind of really helps with being repetitive and build muscle memory. And it's in his book, and he has a QBIQ class every week. And this just really helps.
Well, a lot of kids, when you start off youth football, it's 90% running. So when you joined the youth football game, did you come in as a passer, or were you a primary runner like most of the younger quarterbacks?
It's kind of hard to say, but I didn't really start out as a quarterback. I was a tight end the first few years I played football, and the running back, so I ran a lot. And then once it started to get into a passing game, I kind of fell in love with the position of quarterback, and I started passing, and I just started getting better and competing, and I just started to love it, and that's kind of what I am now.
Okay, so what do you consider your most valuable asset as part of your quarterback game? Is it getting the ball out of your hands quickly? Are you smart? Are you good at reading defense? What's your biggest tool in the tool shed?
I'd say definitely a mental part of the game. Just reading the defense, needing to pick apart the defense each play and figure out who you're throwing to before the play even snaps, because you already know what they're running.
Most definitely. Now, before I let you go, because I could talk to you all day because I'm trying to run up my numbers, but I got to let you go because we got to get to the rest of these awesome athletes, man. We want to know, man, do you have any family members, any supporters, people that have driven you to get to the level that you're at, that you want to give a thank you while you have an opportunity?
Oh, definitely my mom. She does everything for me. No matter what it is, no matter what camp, no matter how far, she'll always get me there. And just always kind of make it happen for me. And my grandfather, who kind of helped me get into the falling in love part of the quarterback, he always threw with me in the backyard. We played catch, and he kind of taught me how to throw, taught me how to be a person and a good quarterback.
Man, that's what's up, man. Let's get some names on Grandpa. We got a name for mine. Let's get a name for Grandpa.
Oh, Jack.
Well, hey, man, you say Jack?
Yeah.
Big shout out to Jack, man. Your DNA and training prominence is on display with this young man right here. A very well-spoken, intelligent young man. It's been my pleasure to have the opportunity to interview with you, and we'll see him in action on Sunday live right here on Semi Pro Live. We'll see you guys next time.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Hi, this is Channing Humphrey with Semi Pro Live, and we are back. We got another one of those premier athletes that are out here. Now, I have to say, there's a special place in my heart for all the young linemen. When he came marching up here with that 75, it brought a little piece of pride to me, man. So we've got Gino Delgado. So I want to get a little bit more information about this young man. He's put on a performance where he's able to make it here to this All-American. So tell us, man, where you from, what school you go to, and how old are you?
So I'm from Texas, and then I go to Garden Ridge Elementary, and then I'm. Wait, what's the other question?
What city are you from?
What city I'm from is New Braunfels.
New Brownsville. Okay. South Texas football representative. Well, hey, shout out to Cookie, shout out to Smash Mouth, shout out to Chris. They didn't all want to be mentioned in the same sentence, but I don't have no beef. So tell us, man, a little bit more about South Texas football, man. How'd you enjoy your experience?
So me and my team we went 11-0, and then we won the Super Bowl, and then we played this other Sharks tournament, and we won another two other games, and then we went. Then I came here.
All right. So do you do any other sports outside of football?
Not really, but dirt biking.
You know we want to hear about the dirt biking, man. So how long have you been dirt biking?
Not too long, for like 2 years.
2 years. You know that almost makes you a professional in some dirt biking circles, man. So tell us more about dirt biking. What do you enjoy about it? And if it does, what does it bring to your football game?
So what it brings to my football game is when to stop and when to keep on going. And what was the other question again?
Just what did it bring to your football game, man? So what are some of the things that you like to do outside of athletics? So do you have any favorite subjects in school? You're a reader, you're a gamer, what's your thing?
So I play with my brother. I like to go outside and play with my brothers, and then because we both ride dirt bikes, and then I like to fix stuff with my dad because he's a mechanic, and then I I just go to work to my mom whenever she lets me go.
All right, man. Well, hey, it's been a great interview. Before I let you go, I got to do the same thing I always do. We got to show these parents some love. So, not your first and last name. So, is there anybody who's always supported you? They've been there for you that you want to show some love while you got the opportunity?
Yes. My papa.
Your papa, you got a first and last name? We like to put names on it.
I don't think so.
Ah, yeah, he's your grandpa. You wouldn't know. But you can put a first and last name on your mom and dad, though.
Gino Delgado, Janice Delgado.
All right, man. Well, hey, appreciate you letting us borrow your very well-spoken and handsome son for this interview. It's been our pleasure having him here. You can see him along with all the rest of these athletes live Sunday on Semi-Pro Live. We'll see you guys next time.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, man. And I've got another Delgado. He's ready to smash the. Oh, it's not another Delgado. That's my fault because my producer had my script right here. We've got Liam McLeod Parsons here. I just want to offer my severe apologies to his parents, and I want to blame this on my producer, Jasmine Mays, solely. So if you guys want to look her up and send her any complaints, feel free to. This was her fault. But, man, on to this awesome play. Before we get started, man, where you from? What school you go to?
I'm from New Braunfels, Texas, and I go to Indian Springs Elementary.
Indian Springs. Okay, so we got another one of those South Texas football players. Now, if you guys watch Semi-Pro Live, out of this year, I've probably spent maybe 2-3 months down south in between Corpus. We're going to be down in McAllen for the King of the South tournament. We're going to be, we're down in Alice for the Winter Bowl, not Aquadosa, we're in Sweetwater Shootout, Smash Mouth tournament. We like South Texas. We'll be down there. So it's always a privilege to get one of these South Texas kids because part of the reason we do it is we want you guys to get exposure so you get opportunities like the Brett Cooper All-American or get to come out here and be on a bigger stage. So let's get to your interview, man. So my first question, where did this awesome neck roll come from?
I think my dad bought it from
The
sports. Yeah. No, he didn't buy it. My bad. He got it. So our league, CFPO, donated it to us because I guess the few next practices, my neck started hurting, and I just asked my dad, what can we do about my neck? And he said, well, we'll get you a neck brace. So we got one, and then we moved on to this one because this one felt better. And then ever since, my neck is feeling
Yeah,
better.
that board is a little constricted.
Yes.
All right, man. Well, what's crazy is, man, you're not the first South Texas kid with a cool neck. I saw, 2 weeks ago, I saw a kid who had a neck roll, and then he had one of them old school nose guard helmets. But his helmet was new. It was he had a brand new nose guard face mask. He put a visor on it. I was like, what is this? And at first I thought it was just a trend. You know, all the kids like the 80s. It's like doing the cutoff shirts.
Yeah.
But this is probably about as 80s as you can get. But for my next question, I have to ask you. So I see you have a cast on your arm.
Yes.
Do you plan on using this as a club in the game?
No, sir.
Hey, don't listen to my producer. God saw fit for you to break your arm, so God saw fit for you to use this cast by any means necessary to come up with a W, all right? So don't go after a helmet with it, but, you know, if you use to push a couple kids to the side, you know, I ain't going to complain. I understand. It gets gritty down in those trenches. So, man, what position you play?
I'm a defensive end, and I'm an offensive lineman.
Play tackle?
Yes, right tackle.
You look like a tackle. You got some nice height to you. Saw your dad in the elevator earlier. He literally was the only person at the hotel taller than me. I was in the hotel. I was like, dang, man, I got to stand behind him. So you're going to be a pretty nice size, solid athlete, man. So what are some of your goals for the future concerning football?
My goal is to someday be and play in the NFL, and just to go to college football and play for LSU, because that's where my dad started playing, and I just fell in love with football ever since.
Now, would your dad be disappointed if you became a Buckeye? I mean, there's no
sir.
rivalry there. It's not an SEC school. You got to have second options, Pops. You got to have second options. All right, man. But you know how we do. All these shows, we always like to end it the same way, man. I want to know who's been behind you, pushing you to get to this moment, who's been supporting you, who has been giving you the guidance and the strength to be able to make it here to this Bret Cooper All-American game.
Definitely my dad and my cousin Brody, because he's been playing for a long time, and he comes to my games and pushes me to do better and try harder, and so I get courage from him and my dad. And then on my mom's side of the family, I got my grandpa, and he used to play, but not for that long, and he pushes me to try harder and get courage.
Okay, man. Well, hey, you got the dog look. We gonna see you on Sunday. And in the meantime, since you're playing that left tackle, man, if you want to look up a great Hispanic lineman, you need to look up the last name Munoz. He was on the I don't know why I'm guessing. He's on the Bengals. I'm from Ohio, so I kept up with Bengals and Browns football. And that was actually one of my role models growing up, man, because he was one of the most dog linemen I had ever seen. Watch some of his highlight tapes, get a little inspiration. But until next time, man, I appreciate you sitting down with us, and we'll see you next time on. Yeah, I shook his broken hand, but he might use it as a club, so he'll be okay. We'll see you guys.
Can I get a shout out to my mom?
Most definitely, man.
To my mom and Tracy, my dad's fiance, and my two little stepbrothers. Also, I'm thankful to have them in my life.
Most definitely, man. Hey, shout out to the whole family. These are definitely some very well-spoken young men. Him and his brother. It's been our pleasure. We'll see you guys next time on Semi-Pro Live. I'd shake your hand again, but she's gonna make me look bad. Hi, this is Channing Humphrey with Semi-Pro Live. We're still out here at the beautiful Sonesta Hotel. I'm here with Connor Chapman. He is another one of these young athletes who's going to be involved in the Bret Cooper Academic All-American on Sunday, man. So before we got started, we just want to catch up to him, get a little bit more information about him as a player. So where are you from? What school you go to? And what team did you play for?
I live in Texas. I go to Vaughn Elementary, and I play for the Frisco Sabres.
Frisco! Hey, do you remember me? I used to cover y'all league like all last year. Big shout out to the Frisco Sabres. You guys are in the TYFL. I did your all-star game over at Anna High School. You know, Mac Sporting Goods they gave out on devices. Shout out to Mac, man. I really, this is my son. I bought him an iWatch, and now he won't stop calling me. But, man, big shout out to Mac Sporting Goods. So tell us, man, you're a representative of Northern football, man. So how have you enjoyed your career up north?
Up north, it's pretty fun and it's very challenging up there. We got a lot of good teams out there.
Okay, man. So you're in a. Sorry, folks. That is my actual 5-year-old son calling my iWatch. Well, excuse me. He's 7 now. He's 7. Now, I want him to stay precious forever. Now, man. So tell us a little bit more about Frisco football. You come from a community in Frisco that is known for having a lot of elite athletes in the area. There's no shortage of athletic kids that are coming down the pipeline. What are some of the things you do to separate yourself and to gain recognition?
I try to work out every day and put in the hard work, like when others aren't.
All right, man, all right. So outside of football, do you do any other sports, and do you have any interests outside of athletics?
I play basketball and things outside of athletics. I really play a lot, but I think I'm really a gamer.
A gamer, all right. Are you bold enough to drop these gamer tags?
I don't know.
Oh, man. Hey, look, man, we're going to have to talk to all these young... All these young kids keep running, man. I don't understand. They're not bold like y'all used to be. You like the 5th kid who ran. Only one kid. My guy from the Texas Giants, he dropped his gamer tag. He didn't have any fear. So you going to drop that gamer tag? Because I'm going to come find you on Madden if you do.
I kind of forgot, not going to lie.
All right, man. So you know how we do all these interviews. We always want to know who supported you, who got you here, who you want to say thank you to. So you're a long. Well, you're not that long from Frisco. It's only like a 35-minute drive. My question: did you get the hotel room?
Yeah, I have.
He on a staycation. I'm on a staycation too. I live in Bedford. But shout out to Bret, man. That's my dog. Anyways, man, before we go ahead and let you go, man, is there any family members, organizations, people who have gotten you to this point in your life that you want to thank and show some recognition?
I want to thank my mom and dad. They're always there supporting me and encouraging me to do better. And my coaches, like my QB coach, they're always out there trying to improve me. And my coaches, they're always pushing me and trying to make me better.
Most definitely, man. Big shout out to this young man's parents. And big shout out to Frisco ISD. You guys are pumping out some well-spoken young men over here because this is one of the better, more well-spoken athletes that we've had today, man. A great representation of yourself and your community. But we'll see you guys next time on Semi-Pro Live.